So let's all admit that sometimes being mean, mocking people, excluding people, hating people, judging people can sometimes feel really good. It can feel powerful, funny, and it even bonds people together. But the truth is that it's just a temporary high. And after a while, guilt and shame and loneliness creep in, and you feel empty because it's a superficial connection. It's not real. Hi, I'm Dr. T. I'm your introverted and awkward child and family psychotherapist and surfer with a balance disorder, and I created the Patience the Porcupine series to help foster kindness, love, connection, and the opposite of all the things we're going to be talking about today. So today I wanted to talk to you kind of a deep dive video about the psychology of being mean and why it feels so good and kind of what's happening in the brain. And most importantly, how we can resist hate and focus on kindness. So first of all, the high of meanness. Why does it feel so good in the moment to be mean? There's this thing psychologists call downward comparison. When my confidence dips, if I can make you seem less than me, then I get a little boost and it restores my confidence temporarily back to where it was before. So think about like middle school cliques. A group excludes one kid and they suddenly feel like they're all insiders and they're bonded and powerful and confident and safe. And deep down inside, they're not feeling that good. So it's kind of fragile, and you need to keep excluding somebody in order to keep feeling that hit. So this happens a lot today with politics and people that feel like I'm on the right side and you're on the wrong side, and we're all here together excluding everyone else, and so we're safe and happy and better than, and you're less than, and all that stuff. So eventually guilt and loneliness creep in later because it's not a true connection and you have to keep it going with hate and meanness. This is in the book, right? When Patience his quills are up because he's afraid, and then he gets caught in the waves and his quills fall off. And when his quills are up, he feels safe in the moment, but it keeps others away. And then he realizes that when his quills are a little bit more softer, when they completely fall off, he's more teachable and he learns and he makes friends and he's vulnerable. So protection isn't the same as connection, right? And it doesn't even allow for connection when you're defensive. So basically when we feel small, our quills go up because we're threatened, and they're not really protection. So the trick is confidence, and confidence comes from having your quills softened and letting others close to you, and then realizing that you're safe even in those situations. So try this exercise. Think of a time that you felt not good enough or tiny, maybe out in the ocean, maybe at work, maybe on social media. How did your quills show up? Did you snap at someone? Did you withdraw? Did you put someone down? And now imagine softening your quills and what that would look like. And how do you connect? So when you're afraid, how do you connect with others instead of put your protection up and be afraid and do all the things that you normally do to be mean? Okay, section 3, this is a really big one, especially out in the water, and I think we all know it, is the scarcity mindset. So scarcity fuels meanness when you think there's not enough, right? Especially out on those like 2-foot days. It's been flat for a while. Everybody's out. There's 100 people out in the water, and like 2 waves every, who knows, 20 to 40 minutes. I don't know. So in those times, because surfers really feel like there's not enough waves, you paddle harder, you cut each other off, you snake everybody, you drop in, you get mean, and you feel really strong, but really it's just fear of not having enough. So that's the scarcity mindset, is believing that there's not enough, but really there's enough. There's always another wave. There's plenty of oceans. There's plenty, you can go somewhere else. There's plenty of surf breaks. And there's enough love and attention and success and joy and all the things you need to go around out of the water and in the water. So when you shift to like an abundance, enough, plenty, realizing that the ocean's infinite and waves are infinite, there's always going to be more. Your need to exclude others and be mean kind of fades away. So sharing makes you kinder and better, not weaker, and stronger. Okay, so then there's dehumanization, which kind of makes being mean easier and takes away a little of the edge of the guilt and shame just in the moment. Basically, this is a big thing with road rage. So, or even being sitting behind a screen and making mean comments on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, because you dehumanize the person. They're not a person. They're just this wording behind a screen, or in a car. It's not a real person. It's just this other car. So it's a lot easier to be mean. And that's part of how we work with road rage, is really humanizing the person. Like, who is that behind the wheel in that car that you're really mad at? Maybe it's a teenager who's driving for the first time. Maybe they're driving alone for the first time and they're scared and they didn't mean to cut you off. Maybe it's somebody driving their wife to go have a baby and she's having contractions in the back seat. So maybe they just really have to go to the bathroom. They're not thinking about you, right? So it's not personal, and also they're just a human. They're not like this car that's out to get you. And of course, same in the water, surfing. I think we see other people as just this other surfer who's out to get me, but not like somebody's child, somebody's girlfriend. It always trips me out when guys are like so mean to girls just because they're girls. And like, if you have that mindset of like, oh, you're just a girl, well, that girl has a dad who might be a shaper or just out of prison. She has girlfriends, she has brothers. Like, you really don't know who you're messing with. But it happens because you dehumanize. You don't think of her as an actual person who has all this like stuff, right? All these characteristics. There's just the surfer in the water out to get your wave. So humanize people, that helps. Okay, media and negativity. Obviously, this is a big one. Negativity spreads faster than kindness, rage and hate, and media really rewards all that, right? Like the rage bait and the algorithm just supports negativity more. So because of that, you get more clicks, you get more comments, you get more reinforcement, you get more support when you hate other people, and it also bonds you. Like, we have this tribal instinct, this fight or flight to bond together and other people, and that also shows up on social media. So biologically, our brains are wired to scan for threats. It's called negativity bias. We notice what's dangerous more than what's safe, and we remember the negative more than the good. Learn our lessons and not repeat them. But the problem is that it tricks us into thinking that the world is worse than it is, and hate looks a lot louder. The resistance to that is noticing the good, practicing gratitude and kindness, and choosing to really amplify kindness instead of negativity and hate. Even when the negativity is so loud and so cool, and it's so great to have all this virtue by othering others, right? Okay, so practical tools. What should we do about all this? Pause and ask yourself, am I connecting or am I protecting? And is protecting really connecting me? And do I want to connect? Like, what do I need right now and how do I get it? In the moment, I think that's helpful. And when you're scared, try to connect instead of be mean and protect yourself. The other thing is humanizing the other, whether that's a surfer or somebody in a car. Try to make them as human as possible and give them other characteristics, and try to imagine their story, or maybe talk to them and actually get their story. So you're actually connecting with the person that you hate so much in the moment because they're not really human to you. And then shift from that scarcity mindset to abundance as much as possible. Remind yourself that there's enough love, enough success, enough joy. We have enough to share. We can calm down, take a deep breath, and just be kind and share and be happy for other people. The truth is that being mean is a lot easier and funner and funnier to you, not to the other person, and it's automatic. It's survival mode. So when you're out of survival mode and you feel safe, and of course for kids too, especially kids that bully and all that, when you're out of survival mode and you feel safe, you can be nice, you can be kind. And you can connect with others. And that's really courage. Kindness really is courage. That is the real resistance. So resist with kindness. And learn from patience. Learn with the Patience the Porcupine series, the workbook, and the book, because it's a great way to spread kindness. And if the message resonates with you, share this with someone who may need it. Follow me for more. And if you're looking for a gift or a reminder of kindness, a gift for a baby shower, a new parent, or even just someone you love, check out the Patience the Porcupine books and the series for kids, for family, for yourself. Because when we resist hate with kindness, we build the world that we all really want to live in, that we want to raise our kids in, and we're doing something for good, and that should feel good.